I'm going to rebut about A, development condition, B, social contract, C, about how the any state will make moderate anger. 4 is about values. Let's come to my first rebuttal, which Diva state that there are another purpose of life, Madam Speaker, which not solely religious factor. No, we think that basically it's based on that people at that moment. We think that at that moment, if they think that religious value is the most important, then be it. We think that it's logical enough, Madam Speaker. Not everyone is materialistic, Madam Speaker. Not everyone think that it's okay to be alive and learn law in University of Indonesia is better, for example, rather than living a blissful life. Or it's better to go to ITB and have a good life rather than die, Madam Speaker. We think that a lot of people prefer to die in such a sanctity rather than living a very quality life based on most of people's standard, Madam Speaker. We think that each people have their own standard, Madam Speaker. That not the government or anyone should impose the value of them, Madam Speaker. Now they say that basically, moreover, we think that a lot of a ritual that is harming people that still upheld by the government. We think that they are falsifying the data, but by saying that circumcision is banned, Madam Speaker. We think that it's a lie, and we think that United States government and a lot of first world liberal democratic country is on their consistency to uphold religious right, Madam Speaker. Now, second of all, they were saying that it's related to the idea of social contract. Now, we think that under the idea of social contract, it's okay, for example, to opt out from the highly subsidized medical treatment whatsoever when it harms the idea of your values, Madam Speaker. Now, third of all, they say that it will exacerbate the moderate. We think it's the other way around, because basically the moderate will be angry when government imposing value to them, Madam Speaker. For example, when burqa is being banned, there is a lot of debate when moderate becomes so angry to government. Now, lastly, when Gito said about doctors' right, we think that this is extremely weird. Because of what? Because patients not responsible for doctors. It's the other way around. It's actually the doctor's capacity and capability. It's obligation for doctor to give information and then let the patients process the information and have the capacity to do the things that as the patients want. We think that it's the whole life process of doctors seeing the patients die because of their choice, Madam Speaker. We think that the ethic of the doctor is not forcing people to stay alive, but basically let people to naturally choosing for living or death, Madam Speaker. Now, even if that it is harming the doctors, we think that the most important is to maintaining the quality of life of these patients, Madam Speaker. Now, let's come to my first point. Yes.
We believe that the threats of death eclipse the other factors that becomes the purpose of their lives, such as children, families, and they need to contribute and to make these families still keep on living. This is not about themselves. We shouldn't be egoistic.
Yeah, if they think that it's the most important to stay alive for give money for their children, then it's okay. And they think that basically religion is not important. But we don't want to ban them from having a choice when they think that it's the most important. The religion is most important, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's come to my first point. I think that we think that it will create a case when the patients don't want to report themselves to the hospital. Why is that? Because they are afraid of being imposed to such treatment that they don't want to use, Mr. Speaker. Because the moment they bring themselves to the hospital, they might be diagnosed by some disease that oblige them to get transfused. For example, non-Jehovah's Witness, Mr. Speaker, or such alcohol treatment that they don't want to, Mr. Speaker. And government prevent them from having necessary diagnosis and prevent them from having, emergency help, Mr. Speaker. And you even put these people into harm. And we don't think that this is what government should do. Now, secondly, you make government as the role model for discrimination and alienating people, Mr. Speaker. Because these persons are usually minorities. They inherently has difference. For example, they have their own ritual, they have their physical difference or cultural difference, Mr. Speaker. And our society majority are sometimes sensitive, and they are in the process of acceptance, which government actually should empower, Mr. Speaker. But the other way around, government says role model it's okay for harming the core ritual of these people, because we think that is important for them to stay pure. And the government say that no, you don't need to. It's okay to neglect what is important for them, and the other part of society will think that's okay for harming them, Mr. Speaker. And we don't think that this is fair. We don't think that it's okay for the government to do. Now, third of all, we think that you implant hatred from this minority toward the government itself, Mr. Speaker, because the minority and community and all of this religious group will think that the government push them into the corner and refuse. And for example, this minority group can see that however the government refuse to give them acceptance, refuse to side on them, Mr. Speaker, refuse to respect them, and it can result to, for example, this minority groups refuse to follow some policy that the government do, refuse to pay tax, for example, and to the riots. We don't think that it creates social stability. We don't think that it creates a good society. Now, what I've established to you is that A, doctor's right is not paramount. B is bad for because they will be reluctant to go to hospital. Third of all, government is a role model for discrimination and alienating, and it will create worse acceptance. And the last is how it implants hatred toward minority. For all those reasons, we should do it.